Welcome back, everyone. This is Toe to Toe Boxing Talk with your man James, of course, and I want to touch on this Mike Tyson versus Floyd Mayweather exhibition fiasco. It's supposedly taking place next year, and I have a few things I want to say about that. Look, I love boxing. Boxing's my favorite sport. I love it because it puts one man's will against another man's will, and we see who comes out on top. I love it because it's a perfect microcosm of life. Like, no matter what you do, there's no shortcuts. Same thing in boxing. When you're training for a fight, there's no shortcuts. That ring will expose you. Your opponent across from you will expose you if you're taking shortcuts. And also, if you're knocked down, you get back up, you keep on fighting. I love that, what it symbolizes. But in the same breath, I hate boxing. I hate boxing because of what we're having now. These so-called, quote-unquote, exhibition fights. You got the Jake Pauls against Tank Davis. You got Floyd Mayweather against Mike Tyson. Look, I understand showmanship. I get it. You had Muhammad Ali, take a bunch of exhibition fights back in the 70s and all that. You had George Foreman take on 5 men in one night. I get that. But when it becomes, how could I phrase this? When it becomes a insult to the sport, the integrity of the sport, that's when I get turned off. Look, I get it. Entertainment, right? You're placing, it's a sport at the same time, but it's entertainment. I get that part of it. But when you're making a mockery of the sport just for a financial gain, I don't respect it. I don't respect it whatsoever. And I understand that, you had exhibition fights back in the days, but I feel like when Muhammad Ali was doing it, I feel like, he was getting disrespected at the same time. Because America wasn't fond of Muhammad Ali. Let's just keep it real. He was public enemy number one, quote unquote, in America, in his own country, because he took the stance that he wanted to take. He had to, after his ban was lifted, he had to really, become a caricature of himself, just so he can make the American public, white America, a little bit more comfortable. And then you saw the exhibitions, him taking fights that he shouldn't have taken, which ultimately led to his health decline. See, that's the thing people don't see. See, boxing's the only sport where you don't retire. You don't retire. You want to know when fighters retire? When they stop paying them. That's when fighters stop fighting. When they stop paying them. And I said that in my last video with DeMarcus Corley. I said that fighters don't retire. They just stop fighting. Because you stop getting paid. At some point, we have to take into account Mike Tyson looked horrible against Jake Paul. And a lot of people say, yeah, the fix was in and all that, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I get it. Okay. But going into that fight, I knew that Jake Paul was going to win. Because physically, he's a younger guy. And Mike Tyson going into that fight, he had I believe a few ailments. He didn't look right. And I know Jake Paul could have done more damage than he ultimately did. But Jake Paul was cognizant that if he would have teed off on Mike Tyson, a damn near 60-year-old Mike Tyson, he would have definitely gotten his ass whooped by younger professional fighters, because regardless of what, it's a brotherhood when it comes to boxing. We don't want to see our legends get beat down. And Jake Paul was aware of that. But it's becoming disrespectful to the sport where the integrity is being less valued than the financial gain. It's like, I get it. It's people are supposed to get compensated for what they do, especially when you step in the ring, you're risking your life. I get it. I get it. But at some point, we have to really ask ourselves, when do we stop? Is there a limitation on what we do for money? Let's really ask ourselves that. Like, I understand people got families and they have to support them. I get it. I'm not trying to knock the hustle. But when you're making a mockery of the sport that really saved your life as a fighter, you're really making a mockery of yourself, because now you become a caricature of yourself. And it becomes more of a turnoff to diehard boxing fans that love the sport, that sincerely love the sport, hardcore boxing fans. Netflix makes money. Executives make money. Fighters make money. But when they get older, look, money is good to have to support your family and all that. But at the end of the day, you want to enjoy your money. You don't want to put your body through the ringer again. Floyd Mayweather is 48 years old. By the time he fights Mike Tyson in the exhibition, he'll be 49. Mike Tyson will be 60 years old next year. $60 years old. We got to ask ourselves, do we really want to see this? Do we really want to see this? I'm just concerned with the state of boxing, even though I still think it's in a great place at this particular moment. But when you have fights like this, Tank avoiding a fight with Shakur Stevenson and other top-notch fighters like Lamont Roach to face Jake Paul, it doesn't make sense to me, man. But evidently it makes sense to him, because he's going to make a shitload of money. It is what it is. But I still value integrity. I still value integrity over the dollar. It's okay to make money, But also, don't sell your soul to do so. Please, it's not worth it. It's not worth selling your soul to make $1. And that's what I think of these exhibition fights. You're selling your soul to make your dollar. No. But that's all I got to say about the event. I think it's a circus. It's a sideshow. But unfortunately, a lot of people are going to tune in because of the names. That's the world that we live in. But you guys tell me what you think. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, like, and comment. Until next time, this is Toe to Toe Boxing Talk with your man James, signing out.